X 100%. Engineer your financial freedom.
Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into something that affects every single one of us, our money. And we're going to take this thing that can feel like a super complicated maze and turn it into a clear, straightforward master plan for your future. Let's get into it. So let me ask you something. Does this look familiar? Does managing your money ever feel like you're lost in some kind of labyrinth? With all these different choices and debts and goals, and you're just not sure if you're making the right move? Yeah. If that sounds like you, you're definitely in the right place. The financial world today is, well, it's a lot. And it's so easy to feel completely lost. Okay, to really get a sense of the landscape here, just look at this number. As of the latest data, household debt in the U.S. hit an incredible $18.39 trillion. That's trillion with a T. And this isn't just some abstract number on a screen, right? It's a real-life reflection of the pressure millions of people are dealing with every single day. I mean, get this. That massive number, it jumped by over $170 billion in just one single quarter. And this chart kind of breaks down where that came from. Now, the biggest chunk of that, about 77%, was from mortgages. But look at the rest of this. Credit card balances shot up by $27 billion, and auto loans by another $13 billion. See, these aren't small niche problems. This stuff is woven right into the fabric of our daily lives. So, look, if all this makes you feel a little anxious or uneasy, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are so not alone. Study after study shows that worrying about money is one of the biggest sources of anxiety out there. But here's the good news. Feeling this way isn't some kind of life sentence. It's really just a sign that it's time to get a better map. And that map, that guide to get you out of the maze, that's exactly what we're going to build in this next section. We're going to talk about how to turn that stress into an actual concrete strategy. This is where you start taking back control. So, the tool we're going to use? It's called financial literacy. And don't let the term scare you. This is not about being a math wizard or some Wall Street genius. The key phrase right here is a set of skills. And that is the most important part. Because skills are something anyone can learn, practice, and eventually get really good at. I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. The whole point of getting good with money isn't just about paying bills on time. It's about a total shift in how you see money, from something that causes stress into the very tool you use to build the life you actually want to live. All right, let's get practical. It's time to start building your financial fortress. This is your first line of defense. Think of it as the strong foundation that's going to protect you when life inevitably throws a curveball your way. And this fortress, it's built on 3 main pillars. First up, you need a budget, which is really just your diagnostic tool. Second, you've got to build an emergency fund. That's your shock absorber. And third, you need a plan to manage debt, which is how you break the chains that can hold you back. Let's break down each one. First, let's talk budgeting. And let's be honest, when you hear the word budget, what do you think of? Restriction, right? All the stuff you can't buy. But that's a total misconception. A budget isn't about restriction at all. It's about awareness. It's like a diagnostic tool that shows you exactly where your money is going so you can start making intentional choices instead of wondering where it all went. And the best part is, you don't need some crazy complicated spreadsheet to get started. Here are 2 super popular frameworks. The 50-30-20 rule is simple. 50% of your take-home pay goes to essential needs, like rent and groceries. 30% goes to your wants, hobbies, going out. And a crucial 20% goes to savings and paying down debt. Or there's the 70-20-10 rule, an even simpler version. 70% for all your spending, 20% for saving, and 10% to invest or give away. Honestly, the specific rule isn't the most important thing. What matters is finding a simple system you'll actually stick with. Okay, next up, the emergency fund. This is absolutely non-negotiable. I want you to think of it like a financial shock absorber for your life. When that unexpected expense pops up, the car breaks down, you get a surprise medical bill. This fund takes the hit, so your long-term goals don't get totally thrown off track. So, the big question is, how much do you actually need in there? Well, the general rule of thumb is to aim for about 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses, just enough to cover the basics. That gives you a solid cushion to handle most of what life can throw at you without having to rack up a bunch of high-interest debt. And that, of course, brings us to our third pillar, getting a handle on debt. And here's something really important to get. Not all debt is created equal. There's what you might call good debt, things that can help you build wealth over time, like a mortgage on a house. And then there's bad debt. This is usually the high-interest stuff on things that lose value, with credit cards being the classic example. The goal is to get rid of that bad debt as fast as you can. Okay, so once that fortress is built and you're feeling secure, it's time to switch from defense to offense. This next part is all about shifting your mindset from just saving your money to actually owning assets and building real wealth. This is how you get on the path to true financial independence. Now, this next part is so important. Saving money is great, it's essential, but saving alone is not enough to build real wealth. And the reason for that is one word: inflation. It's like the silent thief that's constantly eating away at the value of your money. If your money is just sitting in a savings account earning 1%, but prices are going up by 3%, you're actually losing purchasing power every single year. To get ahead, your money has to grow faster than inflation, and that means you have to invest it. So how do you beat inflation? Well, the engine that drives all of this is a little something called compound interest. Some people have called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's basically the process where your investments earn a return, and then those returns start earning their own returns. It's money making money, which then makes even more money. It creates this incredible snowball effect that over time becomes a seriously powerful force. And if you want to see just how mind-blowingly powerful this is, look at this chart. If you start investing just $300 a month at age 25 and you get an average 8% return, by the time you're 65, you could be looking at over $1 million. $1 million. Now watch what happens if you just wait 10 years. Start at 35 with the exact same investment and you end up with less than half of that. It's unbelievable. Time is, without a doubt, your most valuable asset here. Wow, okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from building your financial defenses to going on the offensive with your investments. So let's bring it all home. But here's the thing, this journey, it doesn't start someday. It starts right now with the very next step you take. So I'm going to leave you with 3 super simple, super powerful things you can literally do today. First, just track your spending for 1 month. Use an app, a notebook, whatever. Just see where the money is going. Awareness is everything. Second, automate it. Set up a small automatic transfer to a separate savings account that happens the day you get paid. And third, know your score. You can check your credit score for free at annualcreditreport.com. Knowing where you stand is absolutely essential. At the end of the day, your financial story, well, it's not written yet. You're the one holding the pen. Everything we've talked about today isn't just a bunch of theory. It's a toolkit. It's everything you need to start writing a future filled with security, freedom, and the ability to chase your goals. So the only real question left is, what are you going to write in your first chapter?